What is happening, everyone? Welcome to Dr. Prepper. Today, we are going to be covering some of my favorite functional, hard use work knives in the entire industry. We're talking about off-grid knives. Now, I will have a link for off-grid down in the description. I will also have a link for each one of the knives that you see here today in the video. It is an affiliate link, and if you were to go there and buy something from them, it does help the channel out a little bit, but there is no pressure to do so. I will link them just so you can head over there and take a look if you see something interesting. I think if you're getting into survival and preparedness, or you've been in it for a while, I think there comes a time where you are looking for a folding knife. Of course, fixed blades are the king when it comes to hard use, but you can't always carry a fixed blade with you. Now, that's when a folder comes into play. They are a lot easier to carry on body than even a smaller fixed blade is. Yes, of course, there are exceptions, but a folding knife, I think, is a mainstay in your everyday life. I think you should always have a folder on you. And if you want to include a fixed blade as well, I think that is another great option as well. So let's dive into these knives a little bit here, and we have a couple more to bring out as well. This is called the Viper V2. Now, their V1 line is very recommendable as well. They're going to be a little bit more affordable. Not that these aren't affordable. I think this one comes in around 110. Sometimes you can get steals of deals. This one was 110. I want to say this one was right around 80. And they also have some that come down around 60 that are in 154 cm, and they are HRC'd at 61. They do a phenomenal heat treat on their 154 and their D2 steel. They are known to have some of the absolute best 154 and D2 on the market. And that is what you are going to see here today. All these knives will be in 154 cm at 61 HRC. This has a gray DLC coated tumbled finish on it, and it is immaculate, guys. And this has been carried and used for the last couple of weeks, and it looks outstanding. I love this Tanto blade. You have a nice low secondary edge here. Both tips will be usable. You have a nice straight edge here, a lot of good jimping up here. That's going to be great for the gloved hand. Even the ungloved hand, it just works really good. It doesn't matter which way you need or want to use this. They all have fantastic opening action and closing action as well. This one is so broken in that it'll actually just drop shut very smoothly. Just great action. They have broken in beautifully. This one has a cross-cut diamond textured pattern on these Coyote G10 scales. You have a reversible deep carry pocket clip, and these are solid, guys. You have 3 Torx bits, and you don't have to worry about it. If you're going to switch it, then you switch it and you're done. If you don't need to switch it, you do not have to remove that clip for disassembly. So the 3 screws, in my opinion, is a great idea. That clip is not going anywhere. They give you great access to the liner on these guys. Now, this is a fairly newer knife in their line. This is the Stinger XL Spear Point. And these all have the gray DLC tumble finish, the Coyote G10 handles, and they are going to be a little bit different on the texturing, but they are all equally very, very good. The other thing is they have something for everyone. They have different sizes. It doesn't matter if you need a mini EDC type of knife like this guy here, which is their newest brand new model. It just came out last week. This is called the Stinger EDC Spear Point. They also have a drop point version of this, which came out a few weeks ago. And this is an awesome little everyday user right here. Even with XL size hands, I can still get a nice full purchase on this thing. I love spear point blades. They are good for poking, stabbing into things. They are good for slicing. They are going to be very well rounded. Spear points are phenomenal. You still have a nice semi-straight edge that goes into the belly here, and then you get to your nice pokey tip. Now, like I said, if you don't want a tanto and you don't want a spear point, they also have drop points. And they have, now I don't have every off-grid knife here with me. I don't own every off-grid, but I do have quite a decent selection of off-grids here. And this is the newest one to the channel here. And guys, this thing is fantastic. The Rhino V2, I believe this comes in like right around 80 bucks, guys. And this thing is snappy as all hell. This has actually just been opened today. And I love this thing. I am falling in love with it. They are just ultra useful knives, guys. They come with a great edge out of the box. I also make sure and test the lock strength of these knives, and every single off-grid that I have had is solid as can be. They come with great lockup. They all come centered right out of the box. This one is a touch off center because I have been nonstop flipping it, but a little tightening of the pivot there and back on center. These come centered out of the box, guys. No worries about that. They are snappy as all hell. Come with a great edge on them. They also have, let's get these out of the way for a minute. They also have different flavors of these knives. So they have an all murdered out Spear Point XL here. Man, these are such great knives. If you like a little bit bigger knife, they have them. If you like a medium sized knife, they have them. And if you need something that's a little bit more easier to carry or just a little bit smaller in stature, they also have those as well. And we're going to bring out some other ones here that are equally just as nice. Now, here is the all murdered out Spear Point, just like this, the EDC Spear Point Stinger. We have the Rhino, the Stinger XL, the Viper, and let's grab one more here. This guy right here is called the Enforcer, and I picked this up for about 60 bucks, guys, and that is freaking insane. Coming in 154 cm steel. You have this nice modified sheep's foot blade. You have a blackwash DLC coating on here. You have this very aggressive G10 diamond texturing here. Little mini backspacer, deep carry reversible pocket clip. Just great execution. This model came a little bit before all of these, so they have went through some refinements as time has went on, which is great on their end. Off-Grid is a U.S. company employing Americans. They have their knives made in Taiwan. Not China, but Taiwan. Taiwan has some of the best knife manufacturing in the entire production world. Taiwan makes a lot of cold steel knives. They make a lot of Spyderco knives. They make Demco knives. So they do a lot of great work there in Taiwan, and that is why Off-Grid uses Taiwan's knife factories, because they can still put them out to the public for sale at a very good cost, and they are going to be built extremely well. Now, like I said, they have something for everyone. This is going to be a little bit bigger than the EDC here, but not a whole lot bigger. And it's going to be a little bit smaller than the Rhino here. Definitely the Rhino is a little bit more substantial, but as you can see, they have 3-inch blades, 3 1/4. They got 3 1/2, 3 3/4. They got 4-inch. So, and they got tantos, spear points, drop points. They have sheep's foots. So you're going to be able to find something that you like there. If you're looking for a user, if you need something that you can depend on, something that's going to be functional, affordable, very well made, using great materials, Off-Grid is one of the very first companies I would take a look at. Of course, you could throw in Cold Steel as well, and I'm a huge fan of Cold Steel's knives. But if you're looking for something a little different than a Cold Steel, Off-Grid is seriously the very first place I would look if I'm needing a pocket knife. And they make fixed blades, guys, of all different sizes. I don't have any of those just yet. I plan on getting some in the very near future, and I will be featuring them on the Dr. Prepper channel here. And if you are not familiar, I also run G-Ball Vision, which is a knife and EDC channel strictly. This channel is more for the preparedness survival side of things, where I also will include knives and EDC things. So they're kind of tied together, but because of the way the YouTube algorithm works, they don't really like that I include preparedness and survival content on my knife and EDC channel. It just does not perform well. So that is why I created Dr. Prepper, because I have an equal love for survival and preparedness. I love being in the survival preparedness community. I love talking about it. I just love it in general. And I love knives and EDC. So it just kind of fit together to start this channel and start making some content on the other side of things, where YouTube would just, basically dismiss any videos I put on G-Ball Vision that had to do with any type of survival or preparedness gear. But I also like including knives and EDC stuff into my survival and preparedness channel, because I think they are tied together. They are intertwined. So, to be in the preparedness game, to be in the survival game, you have to have an everyday loadout that you keep with you. Whatever those items may be, that is entirely up to you and what you think you should need. But there are some basics that every man or woman should have with them on a day-to-day basis to take care of certain events. And in my opinion, without a doubt, without question, I think the very first item in anyone's arsenal, right, should be a folding pocket knife that is going to be dependable. And that is why I am making this video. I've become a huge fan of Off-Grid knives over the last couple of weeks, and it's not without me testing these guys. I have really been putting some of these different knives through the ringer, and they are just performing flawlessly. And Off-Grid is an awesome, awesome company to deal with. They have great quality control. They have great customer service. They also, being a U.S. company, right, they support 2A. They support the knife community. They support military, police, DOD, DOJ. They support all the American entities that we love and want the best for. So they are a solid all-around company from top to bottom, all the way from the top of Off-Grid's owners all the way down through, into their knives. Just a fantastic all-around company, a company I love to support. They do a fantastic job. If you have any questions, guys, feel free to leave them down in the comments. Their version 1 models are going to be in D2 and a little bit more affordable than these guys here, typically 40 to 60. And then once you get up past the 60, you're going to start getting into the 154 CM. Now, they do have some Cryo D2 past the $60 mark, but for the majority, they're going to be in 154. That is what I would shoot for. The version 2s are going to be much more refined than the version 1s. Although they're still good, I would shoot for the V2s. And now, although these are not labeled as a version 2, these are the newest models in their lineup. The Spearpoint EDC and XL, they are some of the most brand new models in their lineup, and they are absolutely wonderful. Let me know if you have any questions. Be sure to leave a comment down below no matter what it is. It really helps out the channel. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it. It really helps out the channel and gets the videos circulated around. If you're new to the channel here or you've been here before and you are still not subscribed, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button down below the video. I would love to have you here. Otherwise, guys, I will catch you on the next one.